And then when you're ready, from where you are, just bring your hands together to a prayer position or Anjali Mudra. Let your palms meet in front of your heart. And as you exhale, bow your head to your own heart. And take a moment to pause and perhaps create an intention for tonight's practice. Maybe remembering what brought you here this evening, what you're seeking from this practice physically, mentally, whatever you might want to invite in to your body, your mind, or your heart. As you inhale, slide your hands up towards the sky, lengthen your arms, lift the face, look up. Exhale, open the arms wide. Bring your chin to your chest. You're going to do that a couple times. Inhale to lift. Got it, that's right. Exhale, release. Good. Take that a couple more times at your own pace. If you're online, hopefully you can hear. If you can't, just jump in and let me know. Chin to chest. One more time. Big breath in, big sun breath. And exhale, release. On your next in-breath, take one arm out to the side, up above the head, and exhale, stretch up and over to the side. And you could look up towards the sky or up towards the ceiling and pause. As you inhale, lift that arm up towards the sky to lengthen right here, and then take a twist. Bring that hand right across the lap. Press down into the lap to lift up through the head. Look to the side or over the back shoulder. And you'll hold and breathe. You're doing great. Good. Inhale, release the twist. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, drop the other arm towards the ground. Stretch up and over to look up. And then you're going to keep that arm up, just rise up to seated again, pause. Now wrap that arm across the lap to touch your knee. Lengthen the spine, look to the side or over your back shoulder. Couple breaths. On an inhale, unwind, lift the arms up. Good job. Exhale, bring your arms behind you, drop your chin and interlace your fingers, and then press the fists down to the ground, squeeze the backs of the shoulders together, open up the heart, look up. Exhale, release the gaze, release the hands, and roll the shoulders. Good. Let's unwind our legs. So just bring your feet nice and wide, about as wide as your mat, and you can bend the knees and take a few windshield wipers. Good. Sorry about that, you guys. Hopefully things will go smoother here. Good. And then bring the knees all the way over towards the right. You can turn your head over to the left, looking away from the knees, and pause. Maybe close the eyes or have a steady gaze. And then bringing some warm up to the hips, bringing the left hand to the left hip, the right fingers face the back. Press the thigh bone forward, look to the side or the back. And exhale, press the thigh down, look to the front or over to the left. And then do that again, twice more. Inhale, press forward, that's right. And exhale, release. You're doing great, look to the side. Good, again, inhale, press forward. Exhale, release. And then you're going to reach the arm off your hip, look at the thumb or beyond the thumb to take a few breaths here. On an in-breath, lift that top arm and exhale, twist to the back to tap the hand down. Then unwind, lift the arm. Exhale, tap to the opposite side. Do that again. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. And exhale, tap. This time as you lift the arm, you're going to stay. So lift the arm, hold it up, and then reach up higher to the sky, like reach the ribs off of your hips, and place your hand in front of your shin. So you're framing your knee. You got it. Now walk into a modified pigeon pose. So you can walk the hands forward. You could be on the hands or the forearms, or open the elbows, stack the palms or fists, and maybe let the head drop. Perfect. You're doing great. And then when we have these moments of stillness, this is a great opportunity to just breathe into the hip or the back or wherever you're feeling this most. Good. And then from where you are, start to either lengthen to come up or roll up. When you come up, plant your fingers into the ground, framing your knee, and then lift your heart up to take a little chest opener. Squeeze the backs of the shoulders together, lift the face. And release the gaze back down to the ground. We'll do the whole thing on the other side. So that front arm comes up and over, the knees come up and over, and when they get there, they'll stay. Hands are behind you. You can look away from your knees. So you're in that rotation. So we're in our warm-up still. So really important that we warm up our spine through flexion and extension, forward and back motion. Also side bending, and here we're in rotation. So a few breaths. Good. Then you can prop up and bring that front hand to the front hip. The back fingers might flip to the back. Press the thigh forward, look to the side or over the back shoulder. Exhale, press the thigh down, look to the front or over the side. And then do that again. Inhale, press the thigh forward. Exhale, release the thigh back. And one more time. Inhale, lift the thigh up, pressing the hip forward. And exhale, release the hip back down, reach the arm away, looking at the thumb or beyond the thumb. Good. Inhale, lift the top arm. Exhale, tap it right behind you to twist. Inhale, lift the front arm. And exhale, tap it to the side. That's perfect. Do that a few times to start to link your breath with movement. Inhale up. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. You guys look awesome. Good job. One more time. Keep going. Inhale to lift. And exhale, release. Now this time we're going to pause at the top. So lift the arm up just like you did on the other side. And then reach up to the sky. Pull the rib cage up off your hips. Lift the chest, lift the throat. And then go ahead and place the hand in front of the shin so you're really long now. You can press into the fingers to rise up and then start to walk into your modified pigeon, being on the hands or the forearms or opening the elbows, stacking the palms or fists. And you'll take a few breaths there in your modified pigeon pose. Good. From here, lengthen to come up or roll to come up. You can frame the knee with both the hands. Press down into the fingers to rise up through the heart, looking up. And then release the gaze back down to the ground. And last time to cartwheel the front arm up and over. Knees can come up and over. We'll go one time each side just to loosen up those hips last time. And then go ahead and bring the knees up through center. Wiggle the feet together and the knees apart. So we're in bound angle and you can catch your ankles. And we'll do a little flexion and extension here. So with feet together, hands to ankles. Puff the chest up, lift the heart, lift the chest. Breathe in, look up. And exhale, round your back. Tuck the tailbone under, scoop the navel to the spine, and drop the chin. Do that again. Inhale, rise up. So that flexion and extension, cat and cow seated. Exhale, release. Good. And one more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. You'll lengthen your spine to sit up nice and tall in bound angle Bhadrasana. And we'll take a forward fold here. So hinging at the hips, reach the heart forward. And either pause with a flat back or bring your hands to your feet and press the forearms towards the calves. Long spine or a rounded back. And you'll stay for a few breaths in your bound angle Bhadrasana. You're doing great. from here, lengthen your spine to come all the way up. Take a hold of your ankles. Holding the ankles, float the heart one more time up through the arm bones to lift the chest and open up the front body. And then go ahead and look back down at the feet. Slide your hands along the shins to catch the knees and bring the legs towards each other. Good. We'll come onto all fours. So you go ahead and swing the legs around. You'll come into tabletop. So you can stay facing this way with your hands at the top of the mat and the feet at the back. I'm going to just turn this way. Bring your hands a little further forward of your shoulders and start to circle your hips. Good. So just a nice big hip circle. That's right. So it can be however you want it to be. So it might be big, it might be small, it might be fast, it might be slow, but we're just kind of moving the hips, moving the shoulders, the knees, everything stirring up. And then start to move the other way. Good. And then when the hips come towards the back, you could take a seat in a child's pose. Separate the knees, let the big toes touch, extend the arms, and drop your forehead. Pausing there in stillness or finding a little sway left to right, maybe rolling the forehead and shifting the hips. And then start to pause still if you were moving. We'll roll out through a cat pose. Bring the knees under the hips and keep shifting forward so you get to more of an upward dog, but your knees can stay on the ground. You just open up the belly and look up. And exhale, let the hips take you back towards child's. That's good. We're going to move in and out of that. So when you come forward, you roll through a cat pose. So you take that big rounded spine to glide forward to upward dog. And then almost like a cow pose, the tailbone picks you up first to shift all the way back towards child's. Good. And keep going at your own pace. And again, this could be fast or slow, or big or small. You don't have to come into the full expression, whatever feels best for you. And then eventually let this take you all the way to your belly. So you can come belly down on your mat. Good. Make a pillow for your head, so stack your palms or your fists and let the head drop. Bend your knees so your toes come up towards the sky, and just start by rolling your ankles. So take an ankle roll in one direction and an ankle roll the other way. And then start to stir your shins around in one direction, making big imaginary circles towards the sky. Perfect. And then let the shins circle the other way. Take your legs long. The next time you breathe in, lift the right leg just a couple inches off the ground towards the back of the mat and set it down. Lift the left leg up towards the back of the mat just a couple inches and set it down. Bring your hands back near your chest, underneath the shoulders. Anchor your pubic bone and hip points and lift just to a baby cobra. So barely up, just lift the chest a teeny tiny bit and then slide the hands forward so you can come up onto your forearms. So you'll bring your elbows right underneath the shoulders. That's right, so you're in Sphinx Pose. Spread the fingers wide. Press down into the elbows to lift your heart. So you really press down to lift up so the shoulders get away from your ears. Good. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, just relax your chest. So kind of let the chest hang off the shoulders. Relax your bottom, the backs of your legs, your buttocks, your glutes, your hamstrings. Bow the head. And then maybe give a little head roll left to right. Just relaxing the neck, the head, the tops of the shoulders. And then pausing there, press down into the elbows, press down into the pubic bone, lift the heart up, press the shoulders away from the ears to come back to Sphinx. The gaze lifts up and you look right in front of the fingertips. Good. Take a deep breath. And exhale, go ahead and melt back down to your belly. Bring the hands back near the chest. Press into the hands to come all the way to tabletop. Now we're about to come up for a standing flow, so before we get there, you can curl the toes under and either walk out to puppy, which would be a more gentle variation, arms straight, chest down, and chin or forehead to the mat. Or if you're ready for a downward dog, the hands come a little further forward to the shoulders, toes curl under, and knees lift and hips press back. So your choice, either dog or puppy. Good. For you guys that are in dog, go ahead and pedal out if you'd like. Press one heel, press the other heel. Bend one knee, bend the other knee. Good. Then we're going to make our way to forward fold. So if you're in down dog, you're just going to walk feet to hands or hands to feet. If you're in puppy, you can roll up to stand. We're in a forward fold, feet are hip width distance, and nod your head yes. And shake your head no. Let your head hang heavy, bend the knees, and slowly, slowly roll up. When you get to the very top, take a big sun breath, lift your arms. And exhale, bring your hands to prayer. And close your eyes just for a moment. Take a moment to notice how it feels standing in your body. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, release your arms. You can float the eyes open, take a big sun breath, lift up. Good job. Exhale, bend the knees and dive over your legs. Inhale, flat back, hands come up to shin bones, head presses away from tailbone, flat back. Exhale, deep fold over bent knees. Inhale, scoop the arms out and up, press down into the feet, rise up, you got it, good job. And exhale, hands to prayer. You can pause there, take a deep breath in, and exhale, release your arms. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, lift. It's just a modified half sun salutation. Exhale, bend the knees. You swan dive through Utkatasana to protect your low back and hamstrings. Inhale, flat back, stretch out, straight legs, straight arms if you can, head away from hips. And exhale, melt over your bent knees. Inhale, fly up. And exhale through prayer. Maybe close the eyes or just pause in stillness, deep in-breath. And exhale, release. One last time, big sun breath. Good. Exhale, bent knee, swan dive. Inhale, lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana, half forward fold. Exhale, deep fold with soft knees. Inhale, reverse. And exhale to prayer. Again, you'll pause, closed or open eyes, deep breath in. And exhale, release the arms. Take a big sun breath to the top. You're going to stay standing here this time. And as you exhale, stay standing, open the arms, catch your hips. Walk up to the top of your mat so you have room to step back. Now stand on your left foot and slide your right leg back to a high lunge. But then we'll come into Warrior One, Virabhadrasana One, so you'll anchor your back heel. So spin it down, so the hip's gonna open a teeny tiny bit, but then try to square off. So back foot slightly turned out, you're on the sole of your back foot, your hips are square. If that bothers the knee or the hip, you could be on the ball of the foot. You're gonna hold in your Warrior One. I'm just gonna turn this way so you can see. So from here, take your arms out and up above your head to Warrior One, Virabhadrasana One. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, open your arms to T. Now take your left arm under and your right arm on top and bend your elbows. Good, so we're here, yep. So for some of us, we're just gonna be kind of hooking and stretching that shoulder. For others, if there's space, you could close the gap and touch the thumb or the palms. These are like eagle arms. So again, so some of us, there's gonna be space, some are gonna close the gap. Inhale, lift the elbows up, just look up. And exhale, drop the elbows down, maybe even bow the head. And see if you can do that a couple more times, just working that shoulder. Inhale, lift the elbows up. Exhale, drop the elbows, drop the head. Nice and easy. One more time, inhale, lift up. And exhale, release the elbows. Inhale, lift up. You'll pause here, elbows in line with shoulders. Release the arm variation, sweep them out and up to frame your head. Stay right there. So you're in Warrior One, Virabhadrasana One. On an in-breath, straighten the front knee. Exhale, open up to the long edge of your mat. So you're all going to turn to the right. Open up your body to the long edge of your mat. Toes forward, heels back. Arms can come to shoulder height. So you can look at me if you're not sure what I mean. So arms shoulder height. Yep, you got it. Wrists above your ankles. I would come over there, but I'm being very good socially distant and in front of the camera. So Sandy and Lisa and Roger, you're our fearless leaders. Turn your toes forward, your heels back so the feet are parallel. Good job. Inhale, lift the arms above the head. Look up. And exhale, swan dive halfway to catch your legs. So we're all coming to a half forward fold. Just bring the head in line with the hips, halfway to catch your legs. Press the head away from your tailbone. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, maybe go a little deeper. Release the legs and maybe go into a deep fold. So you'll just pause there. You got it. That's perfect. So whatever variation you want to be in, flat back or not, you can maybe shake the head yes. You could maybe shake the head no. You could even stretch the arms out like a down dog to get a little more length in the waist, or anything that would feel good, any arm variation you like. So a few breaths here. Good. Bring the hands back underneath the shoulders if they moved. Bend the knees. Bring your hands to your thigh bones. Press off your thighs to lengthen your spine to come up to stand. Take a big sun breath. Inhale, lift the arms. As you exhale, open the arms behind you. Interlace your fingers and drop your chin, just like we did. Maybe we did this seated, maybe not. Press the fist down, squeeze the heart open. Just take one big heart opener to look up. And then exhale, release your gaze to that long edge of your mat. Open the arms to T, to shoulder height. Turn your left foot forward. Bend your left knee so your heel is lined up with the arch of your back foot. Good job. So we're in Warrior Two, Virabhadrasana 2. From here, your front arm, your left arm is going to take a hold of your left hip. Your right arm, your back arm, is going to turn thumb down, sweep behind your back, and bend your elbow. So your hand, you're just kind of like you're going to stick your hand in your imaginary back pocket, the back of the hand's touching the bum or the hip. And then we're going to just take a little side angle variation here. So it's like a half bound side angle. The hand that's touching the hip slides down to the thigh. Elbow stays bent. Forearm facing up, palm facing up. You're in that half bind, back of hand to buttocks or hip, or hand could even reach into the hip crease. And then roll the head up towards the ceiling if it feels okay. If not, you could look down towards the ground. Hold. Arm that's in that half bind, release it, stretch it to the sky, lift it up. And then stretch it right above the top ear and look up towards the sky. Big stretch from outer edge of foot to top hand. From here, reverse triangle. Straighten the legs and dance your whole body back. Straighten your legs, dance your whole body back. Good. Open arms to shoulder height. Bend your front knee, Warrior Two. Take a deep breath in and exhale, slow cartwheel down. Left arm, right arm, pivot on the ball of the back foot and soften the back knee. You guys did great. So if you can drop it down, go ahead and drop it down. You got it. So you could always double your mat over to pad the knee or stick a towel or a blanket under there. And take you into a deeper hip stretch here. From where you are, this front leg, bring it out a little bit wider and bring your left arm inside. Yep. If you want to go a little deeper, you're going to take that front foot and turn it out. So bring your ball of the foot right off the mat and your heel on the mat. Just a little turned out foot. That's right. If you want to go even deeper, you could drop down onto one forearm or two forearms. But again, that's not going to be for everybody. You might stay up on your hands. So take a moment just to breathe into your hips, whether you're on your forearms or on your hands. If you have blocks, great spot to use your blocks. You guys look awesome. Good job. Pause there and just breathe for a few moments. Good. Come on out of that hip stretch. So gradually come back onto the hands or fingertips. To get out of this, we're going to back out of our hips and just bring that front leg back to meet the back leg. Touch the big toes, widen the knees, and sink back to child's. Hips to heels, arms extend, head drops. Couple breaths. Good. Shift back to tabletop, all fours. Bring the wrists underneath the shoulders. Bring the knees underneath the hips and wag the hips. How are we feeling? Good? Good. Now we're going to do the whole thing on the other side. So from where you are, you can curl the toes under. We can either walk out to puppy, right? That was one choice. Or you can take it up to dog. So your choice. Lift up to puppy or dog. From where you are, come on the balls, the feet, lift the heels. Exhale, drop one heel, bend one knee if you're in dog. Inhale, lift. Exhale, switch. Inhale, lift. Exhale, both heels drop from your down dog. Walk your feet to the hands or your hands to your feet. Coming into a forward fold. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Let your head hang heavy, bend the knees. Slowly roll your body up, one vertebrae at a time. Head is the last to lift, and then at the top, big sun breath, lift the arms, you got it, that's right. Exhale through prayer, moving at your own pace, that's perfect. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, release your arms. Let's take 1/2 sun salutation. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend your knees, or straight legs if you prefer, swan dive. Inhale, lengthen, stretch it out, long, flat back. Exhale, deep fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhale through prayer. You'll pause for a breath. Deep inhale. And exhale, release your arms. Take a sun breath to the top. Stay standing. We're going to stay up this time. And just open the arms, catch the hips. Walk to the top of the mat. We'll do the whole thing on the other side. So you'll stand on the right. The left leg glides back. So you could stay in crescent lunge, or you could anchor the back heel down for warrior one. Arms come above the head to frame your head. Good job. So stay right there. Guys look great. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, arms to T. Right arm comes underneath left arm, elbows bend to catch. We might have space, or we might close that gap. Inhale, lift the elbows up. Exhale, drop the elbows down. Twice more. Inhale, elbows lift. Just working those shoulders. Exhale, release. Good. One more time. Inhale, lift the elbows up. Exhale, drop the elbows down. Good. Inhale, lift the elbows up, stay. And then bring the elbows just to shoulder height. Hold. Press that back heel down if you can. So your back foot's all the way on the ground. It's turned out, the front knee's bent, the hips are square, the waist is long, the ribs are off the hips. Get your shoulders back above your hips. So stand up tall through the upper body. And then release the hands. Inhale, lift the arms. That should feel pretty good. That big release on the shoulders. Straighten the front leg. Good. Open up to the long edge of your mat. Arms shoulder height. Feet wiggle wide, and then check your feet so they're parallel. Toes forward, heels back. Inhale, lift the arms. And exhale, swan dive either halfway to touch the legs or all the way to touch the ground. You could give that head shake yes, or a head shake no. You could send the arms forward towards the front edge of the mat. Long line from hips to fingertips, couple breaths. Good, bring your hands back underneath the shoulders. Bend the knees. Bring your hands to your thighs. Press off the thighs to lengthen so you can come all the way up to stand. And then a nice big sun breath. Lift your arms. Exhale, open the arms shoulder height just like we did before. Take them all the way behind the back. Drop the chin, interlace your fingers. Press the fist down to squeeze the shoulders together and look up. And exhale, release the gaze to the front. Open the arms to T. Spin that original front foot forward so it's your right foot. Bend your right knee. Good. Look out over your right fingers. Take a deep breath in. And full breath out. Good. From here, take the right arm, the front arm to your hip, your back arm, thumb down. So that's internal rotation, thumb down. Sweep it behind your back, bend your elbow and let the hand slide into that imaginary back pocket, or let it wrap right around your waist or hip crease. And from here, we're just gonna glide the upper body up and over, and then bring the forearm to the thigh with the palm open. And then roll the shoulder open. You could look up, so you're in a half bound side angle. If this bothers you, hold your hip. You could also look down for balance. Take a couple breaths. From this half bound side angle, free up the back arm, lift it to the sky. And then if you want a traditional side angle, you're going to turn the palm towards the front of your mat and stretch that arm above the ear and then look up. Take a breath there. On an in-breath, straighten the front leg and dance all the way back. Back hand to back leg, top arm rises long and tall up towards the sky. Open arm shoulder height. Bend your front knee again, warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Deep breath in. And exhale, slow cartwheel, one arm. The other arm, pivot on the ball, the back foot, and drop the back knee. So pad your knee if you want. Front knee above the front ankle. So we really want that front shin to be vertical, perpendicular with the mat. And then from here, wiggle it out to the side and take the right arm inside your right leg. And then if you want it deeper, you're gonna take that front foot and turn it out. So keep the heel on the mat, but turn your foot out. So the ball of the foot can come off the mat, the heel can be on the mat. That's how wide it might be. Walk down onto the palms of your hands, or walk down onto one forearm or two forearms. You can hold here. It's a variation of lizard lunge, and one side might be different than the other side. Good. Walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. Come out of the hips by backing the hips up a little bit and sweep that front leg back to meet the back leg. Come into another child's pose, so knees hip width or wide. This time you might want to bring the arms alongside the body just to relax the shoulders, let the palms open up, and let your forehead drop. And you'll hold for a few breaths in any version of child's pose that feels good for you. Good. Bring your hands back underneath the shoulders. Press into your hands, roll up to sit on the heels, and then come to seated. Just bring the hips off to the side and swing the legs around to the front. So let's do, let's take a twist from here, seated. So send your left leg long, and we'll keep our right knee bent. How do you guys feel? Good? Good. So the long leg, you can flex your foot, bring it right in line with the belly button. The bent leg, either keep it in line with the hip or cross it on top. You can hold your shin and just sit up tall. So puff the chest up, shoulders down. Lift the same arm as bent leg. And now twist towards that bent leg. So you're gonna take that top arm, reach it to the ground, and then hug your knee into your elbow, or cross your elbow and upper arm over your lap. Palm like a high five. You can look to the side or over the back shoulder. You got it. So really root the tail and the hips down and really rise up through the head. Get as long and tall as you can. Sit up super, super tall. Doesn't matter how deep you twist, but you do want to keep that long spine. Good. From here, unwind your body. You can take a hold of the front shin, uncross the leg, and let's just open the knees. The sole of the foot can touch your inner thigh. That leg can stay long. You might put a little bend into your knee so you can help sit up tall if you're finding that your pelvis is rounding under. Otherwise, it could stay straight. Lift the arms up, flex your foot, take a deep breath, and then reach up and over the leg. And then when there's no more room, you could touch the ground on either side. You could touch the leg, the ankle, or the foot. Either keep a flat back or go ahead and round over your leg. And you'll take a few breaths there. Good. This nice easy stretch for that hamstring. You're doing great. From where you are, lengthen your spine to come up. You can come all the way up and then just catch the outer edge of that knee. Bring the leg back through center and straighten it out. We'll come right to the other side. So the other knee can bend. You can hold the shin. Leg is straight. Foot is in line with the hip or in line with belly button. And if there's space, you can cross that left leg on top. Hold the shin and then lift up. So notice if you're kind of hunched down, you just want to sit up really, really tall. Lift the same arm as the bent leg. Twist towards the bent leg, gather it into the elbow, take the long arm towards the ground. You could stay here or hook the elbow over the lap. Palm like a high five to look to the side or over the back shoulder. Couple breaths. Good. Unwind your body. Take a hold of the front shin to unwind the legs. Let your knee flap open and the sole of your foot plug into the inner thigh. Bottom leg straight or slightly bent. Lift the arms to sit up tall. Shoulders down but arms long. Deep breath. And then up and over the leg. Holding the ground or the leg or the ankle or the foot. Long back or rounded back. Few breaths. Good. You guys are doing great. And from here, start to slowly roll up or lengthen to come up. Take a hold of the knee, bring the leg back through center, stretch your leg long, and now scoot your bottom up so you can come towards the top of your mat. So we're gonna lay back to take a little bit of work on our backs. So from here, you can lift your arms up and then slowly lower, tuck your tailbone, and then come all the way onto your back. I think we got lucky with the rain, you guys. It held out just long enough. Stretch the legs forward, the arms behind, lengthen your waist, your belly, your ribs. Gather your knees up into your body, hold the knees or the shins, or wrap the arms around the legs and take a little rock side to side. Bring your hands to your knees and circle the knees in one direction. And then circle the knees the other way. Place your feet on the ground, knees up towards the sky, feet hip width distance, arms alongside the body. From here, just feel your navel drop down towards the back of the spine and feel your tailbone tuck. Yep, so you're just dropping navel to spine, tailbone tuck. And then feel your tailbone drive down towards the mat as the low back lifts away. Exhale, pelvic tuck, almost like a cat pose, like a rounded type of back. And then inhale like a pelvic tilt, tailbone down, belly lifts. Find a neutral pelvis, so somewhere between a tuck and a tilt. We're going to take it up for one bridge pose. Press into the arm bones, lift the hips either a couple inches or lift the hips all the way up to the height of your thighs. You could stay with your arms alongside the body, or you could roll one shoulder under, the other shoulder under, and interlace your fingers. That's right. If you want to pick the hips up a little higher, press them up a little more. Take another breath. And exhale, release the hands and release your body down towards the ground. If it feels comfortable, you're going to open the knees apart and wiggle the feet together to bound angle. The hands can come slightly away from the body like Shavasana, about 45 degrees at the armpit, palms open, or place your hands on your belly, or bring a hand up to the chest and a hand on the belly. Good, you're going to stay there. Take a deep breath in and full breath out. Start to let gravity help you here, just letting the knees relax and the hips and the belly and the chest. Feel the temperature of the air again. Even hear the sounds close by or far away. Feel the rhythm of the breath, the beating of your heart. You could stay here for another moment, or if you'd like to come into the opposite of that, you'll slide the hands off the body to touch the outer thighs. Let the legs come together to form a teepee shape, so the inner thighs touch, the knees touch, and the feet are wide. You can pigeon toe the feet a little bit, so take the feet right as wide as your mat. So feet are wide and inner thighs and knees are touching. Yep, so feet as wide as your mat. Yep, there you go. Wiggle the feet wide, wide, wide. Pigeon toe the feet and inner thighs and knees touch. Yep, that's right. You got it. And then same thing with the arms. Find a comfortable place. They could be like Shavasana, or they could be on the belly, or hand on the belly, the hand on the heart. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, just let the head turn to one side. Either side, it doesn't matter. And breathe into that opposite side of your neck. Take a deep inhale. And full exhale. As you inhale, let the head roll through center. And exhale the head the other way, away from the shoulder. And then breathing into that opposite side of the neck. And full breath out. As you inhale, let the head come through center. You'll exhale right where you are. You could stay here for a little while longer. Or if there's any final posture or movement or stretch that your body's craving, you could come into that. Any spinal twist or hip opener or natural movement or yoga pose that your body might want, feel free to take that before we come to rest in Shavasana. So really listening to your own body, which might mean staying still. It might mean resting in Shavasana for a few extra moments, and I'll guide you in momentarily to your final pose. Good. So eventually you'll be on your back, And your legs will stretch out long. And your feet can relax. You could always drape the knees over blocks or a rolled blanket, or if the back is tender and you don't have a prop, you could bring the feet to the mat and let the inner thighs touch again, that place we just were. The arms can fall away from the body with a little bit of space between the body and the armpit. The backs of your hands can touch the ground and the palms can be open. Start to soften the breath. Let your body relax. Feel your mind settle. Let the space across the forehead soften. Let your eyes fall back. Feel your jaw relax. Let your heart and chest and collarbones be open and broad and expansive. Feel your arms long and relaxed from the shoulders, the upper arms, the lower arms, the palms of hands and backs of hands and fingers and thumbs. Feel your belly soft. Your hips heavy. Your legs long and relaxed, the upper legs, the lower legs, the tops of your feet and the soles of your feet. Take just a couple more moments here in stillness and silence. Enjoying this rest and taking whatever you need from this morning, or from this evening rather. And then when you're ready, start to just let the breath deepen. Become aware of the shape that your body is taking. Maybe bring movement back into the body. You can gently come on to either side, coming into a fetal pose on the left or the right. Knees into belly and arms into chest. Taking another moment to rest there. And then press down into the ground to let the shoulders come back up above the hips and come to seated. You can sit in cross legs or any other variation, allowing the backs of the hands to touch the knees or the lap, and open up the palms just like we began. Sit up nice and tall. Perhaps let the eyes be closed or a soft, steady gaze. Take a deep breath in and full breath out. On your next in-breath, let your hands float together to a prayer position, Anjali Mudra. Let the palms meet. As you exhale, bow your head back to yourself, back to your own heart. We'll end together on the sound of Om, the sound of community, starting with a letting go breath. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale a sigh. And we'll begin. Deep breath in. As your head bows back to yourself, taking one last moment to honor the divinity and the light that shine within you. Namaste.